Hello fellow YouTubers, Mac in VR here, and welcome to my channel dedicated to all things gaming, in mixed and virtual reality. Today I'm going to be reviewing the sci-fi first-person shooter from Mirrorwin called Boiling Steel. For full disclosure, I was given a key to play this game, but I am not sponsored by Mirrorwin and I'm therefore free to air my own opinion. Cue my usual retort about opinions and bumholes. The premise for the game is that you are a miner trapped in suspended animation, your body damaged, your conscious mind free to download into shells, which are robot avatars. Helped by a friendly AI, you must use various tools and weapons to overcome hostiles in varied environments and steal energy to rebuild your shattered body. All very sci-fi, all very generic. Before we dive into the meat and veg of this review, I just need to tell you two things. Number one, the game recommends starting on the engineered difficulty for the full experience. Whatever you do, don't do that. The full experience for me was nearly giving up after an hour, as I couldn't finish one of the levels as you just get swamped with enemies. Start on the intern or normal difficulty setting. 2. The opening intro tutorial is terrible.
This is the crash test section of the assembly plan, but now it works like an obstacle course for beginners. Make it through, and we'll consider the robotic shell operator certificate in your pocket.
You start off being walked through movement and combat by an annoying American complaining about his ex-wife, and then there is a narrative leap so dumbfounding you'll be left scratching your head. At least I was. But it doesn't take much to confuse me these days, to be honest. I couldn't find my arse cheeks with both hands. So what have we got here? Well, we have a colourful sci-fi shooter, a friendly AI that outlines the mostly poor story and doles out your missions. You have a suite of tools that can be improved through use, and then when I say use, I mean killing lots of shit. Plus extra tools and weapons that can be collected by doing bonus levels. You also have upgradable shells, your robot avatars, that you can improve. You can boost your signal, which is your health shield, plus energy, which is your dash, recharge rate and secondary ability. Each bonus shell has a secondary ability, for example an EMP blast, a bubble shield, or my personal favourite, 2 massive shoulder mounted cannons. The enemies are varied and colourful, aggressive but not too bright. The environments are more generic sci-fi, floating platforms and futuristic factories. So what's it like to play? Basically, Boiling Steel at its heart is a game of rock, paper, scissors. If your rock is a shotgun, your paper a lightning conductor, and your scissors a rocket launcher. You start off pretty weak, but as you upgrade yourself and your weapons, combined with the dash mechanic, you start to work strategy into your game. Use close-up weapons on bladed melee robots that rush you, take out the soldiers with your nail or flare gun, then hit the snipers from afar with the impact drill. Once you unlock the hollow blades though... Wait, what? Wrist-mounted hollow blades? I must admit I had a Mass Effect inspired sex Wii in my trousers the first time I fired up those bad boys. Now that is definitely more like it. Cool. And they really changed the way you play the game. Now with the dash mechanic you can charge in, blades flying, switch weapons, take on mid-range opponents, dash in and take them down with the blades while they're stunned. Enemy encounters now become more like a sandbox with plenty of options. 30 seconds of fun. Remember that? It was one of the great metas that made Halo so groundbreaking. Enemies spawn, kill enemies, move on. Keep the pace up, keep the options open, keep the fun coming. The game is not perfect, however. Number one, there are no secrets at all. The levels only have one goal, and they are at the end of the level. The levels are linear, travel from A to B, kill everything, get ice cream. There's no ice cream. No mid-level save points. The hardest part of each level is at the end, where you tend to get swamped by the more powerful enemies. You die there, back to base, snarky comment by the AI on how you need to try harder, restart the level. Also, and I know this is a bit odd, but there are quite a few spelling mistakes in the game. Engineering, transfred, once you've sent the energy at the end of the level. Missed by QA, but still. Question is the game worth your time? Well, once I'd unlocked the hollow blades and figured out how to combine it with a dash mechanic, I had a lot of fun. The game has its flaws and some will be put off by the awful first hour and poor story. But once you start to learn its pace, figure out the weapon's place in the hierarchy of combat, and you start to hit those full upgrades, you start to feel like a proper badass, like a master, like a chief. Well, not quite, but I did get that vibe. Plus it's on sale at the moment and it could fill that void till the next AAA title comes wandering in. Well, that's it for today. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload any new content. I'll leave you with a bit of gameplay footage. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.